as you were telling that, I can't believe I forgot about this. I filmed Chancey on not the next video coming out, the one after. And that's a situation that what you just described there, he had been on this buck for four days, and just he just wouldn't get on public. This buck wouldn't. And the first night he had him, he didn't have permission. He had him just across the line. He didn't have permission yet. He hadn't contacted this guy, and so he couldn't take the shot. He ended up getting in contact with the guy, got permission to, hunt there if need be. And anyways, he was on this buck for 4 days, and TC filmed up until that point. And then the last day, he had to go, and I stepped in for that last day. And as luck would have it, of course, right when TC leaves, we get our opportunity right at first light. We got on a spot, and Chancey just read the animal. It was too dark yet to see. It was, if it was this buck, he read the situation. He's like, he lost his doe. He's done with his doe. He's on the move. We're going to lose him potentially for days or weeks with where he's headed. We got to go now. We don't know if it's him, but I think it is. And we didn't have, it was one of them deals. We got to get there right now. He's on private, but it's the uncuffed private, right, that borders the public. We come in on the public side, got there just in the nick of time to verify, yep, that's him. And there's a prime example of what I was just talking about. He did call this one in. What I just said, I don't think he's called. No, he called this buck in. It's a 179-inch tall 10, and he did it just right. I mean, we were in a scramble. Yep, that's him. It's like you got seconds, and he's going to be crossing the road. He was moving across the square, and he got set like that. Didn't worry about me, what I was doing, and made one little subtle call to that deer. I froze. I was still trying to get in a position. The deer looked over, and then Chancey's really good at like reading all those subtle, and he called it like a buck as soon as that deer licked its lips or something. He was just like, he's gonna come. He just hasn't made the decision yet. I'll get him, and he hooked him, and that buck come, and he had a 12-yard. He crossed right onto the public. So, and he could have shot the other side of the line too, but it was cool because he was like, I don't know, 5-6 yards from the public line. Chancey was, and the buck ended up crossing right there. And he was a 12-yard shot. His arrow hits a weed the size of my thumb, misses. The buck runs by him. Chancey had the decoy set. He brought that with just in the event he'd need it. But the buck run right by him at probably 5 yards and then stopped at 18 yards in the weeds on this side of him, still on the public. And his only shot was the neck right there. He was buried in these horse weeds now. And he just sent that head that we used, that 1.5-inch cut right through and up. It come out the other side of his, that far, and it was over. He sent another one into him, but it was, it was a pretty cool, high intensity, like Chancey nailed it on the calling on that one. So I just a few minutes before that, I was like, well, he should have had that 250. And he killed that. I can't believe I spaced out on that one. But exactly what you just said there is a lot of times we don't like to go to calling unless it's like we need to. And that was a situation where that was the only way. I mean, he was going to be gone. He's cruising. He's heading into another section. There's plenty of does down there. He's probably going to find one and might never get a crack at him again.